Around back there, Paris Saint-Germain trying to clear it. It's bouncing off Liverpool players. Ekitike picks up the loose ball. Kerkez did very well, applying the pressure to Hakimi. Ekitike, back it goes. It's going to outplay Joe Gomez and not to keep it in. Ekitike a bit too much on that one. Getting a bit more possession on the ball now. They're starting to argue between themselves. A bit of frustration. It's not fun being played off the park. Vitinha, McAllister. We got to the ball, but it goes out for a throw-in. Hakimi, happy for that ball to just stay out. McAllister. We got to the ball, but it goes out for a throw-in. Again. Hakimi. Saint-Germain taking an eternity with this throw-in. Just decides to smash it into the air and desperately try and clear the lines, but the referee says there's a foul, maybe a push by Ekitike on Neves as he kicked the ball. Most likely. Benefit of the doubt there, I suppose. Still not taking this free kick, by the way. Just standing over the ball, having a little conversation. Claiming that McAllister is not 10 yards away, but behave yourselves, get on with it, boys. Mendes under pressure, he tries to control the ball rolls past him and out for a throw-in. In line with the 18-yard box, Joe Gomez is going to be called upon here. He's walking over, he needs to speed up. We're goal down here, boys. McAllister and Van Dijk having a bit of a heart-to-heart in the middle of the pitch there. Joe Gomez sauntering his way over. I don't know why it takes so long to get over to take a throw-in. Goal down here, boys. Liverpool, you can't just saunter and dilly-dally. About a minute ago the ball went out of play. Gomez launches the ball all the way into the near post. Van Dijk. Might be a corner kick. Yeah, corner kick here. So throw-in into corner. As the goalkeeper, Mr. Safonov. His head goes over Van Dijk. Hand goes over Van Dijk, sorry. It'd be impressive if his head went over Van Dijk, because Van Dijk is a big lad and he can jump. Gravenberg getting some signals from Van Dijk, but I don't think he understands what he's asking for. Anyway, takes it short anyway. Wirtz, in it goes. Oh, Szoboszlai. Oh, there's 4 Liverpool players in there. The ball was very triumphantly cleared by Safonov. That was a great clearance. He was under so much pressure. The whip on that ball from Szoboszlai was impressive. Ball had so much spin on it. Liverpool players queuing up. Van Dijk, Kerkez, McAllister, all at the back post. Just looking to get something on that ball, but Safonov came out and punched that one clear. Paris Saint-Germain with the ball at feet. Dembele. Kvaratskhelia pulled back by Konate on the halfway line. Just a free kick to Paris Saint-Germain. Taken quickly. Spaccio. Paris Saint-Germain still on the ball in their own half, but just making their way into Liverpool half now. Huge switch pass over to Mendes. He concentrates this time, manages to control the ball. Doesn't evade him on this occasion. And he comes face to face with Wirtz. Szoboszlai pushing back, giving chase to Pacho, to Marquinhos. Marquinhos under pressure from Ekitike. Dembele has dropped super deep to pick up this ball. He's carrying that ball at pace. Finds his way through. He's found Zaire Emery. Zaire Emery brings in Kvaratskhelia. He's in the penalty area now. He's jolting his way one way, shoots from distance. Safe hands by Mr. Goalkeeper Mamarashvili. Had to come out and claim that ball, but his clearance wasn't very good. I think there's an impediment. There you go, that's the right word. There's an impediment there from the attacker, because the distribution from Mamarashvili was pretty poor. The referee's having a word now. I think it's Hakimi who tried to delay the retake, got in the way and prevented the ball from being distributed. Ekitike hardly had a touch of the ball so far. Decent touch into Wirtz though. Wirtz tries to play it back to him, even though TK's back was turned, having just volleyed it to him. But poor decision making there, Mr. Wirtz. He could have held that ball a bit better. Frimpong very high up, blocking off the way through for Mendes. Mendes and Frimpong very similar in play. Like to get forward, very fast, direct fullbacks. But I think Frimpong's playing a bit higher today. A bit more of a winger rather than a fullback. Or wing back. That's throw-in as well. Because the way they take the throw-ins, they bullet it across the pitch. It just opens up. Stacked, waiting for the short throw-in. Opens up the play, stretches them to the far side, and then Hakimi's got tons of space. Szoboszlai picks up the ball. Let's fit it back to Ekitike. Ekitike's under pressure. He's got two on him. He got kicked. Wins a free kick just inside the Liverpool half. I think that's Doué who was chasing backwards. France international teammate. Ball's already gone before Doué even tried to go for it, so Ekitike waking up a little bit here. Being brought into play, but he's not in the danger areas. He's in the Liverpool half here. He's just on a nice little turn. His man, he's still got the ball in his feet. Gravenberch, McAllister getting each other's way. It's very tight there. Getting lucky, McAllister was going the wrong way, kind of tumbled over the ball, and the referee taking pity and awarding the free kick. And then McAllister's in the way again as Van Dijk wants to take the free kick quickly. Gravenberch bursting through the middle. Oh, cleared by Pacho. Pacho plays it straight up to Vitinha. Vitinha threads that ball through, nicely done to Neves. Time controlling the ball there, Vitinha, just changing the pace of the game, taking a small touch from Pacho, working his way through the Liverpool midfield now at pace. He's teased McAllister. Szoboszlai slots his way through. Kvaratskhelia finds Dembele. Dembele tries to feed it through. McAllister in the right place at the right time to block that one. Saint-Germain pick up the loose ball. It is Neves once again. To Marquinhos. Dembele dropping super deep once again. Finds Doué, plays a nice tidy 1-2 with him. Just brings Dembele into the play higher up the pitch. As soon as he gives the ball up, he knows his man's going to hold it up for him. Just brings him into play, but then he's not marked. Very clever play. Then he's attacking the ball at pace. Very hard to defend. Hakimi threads the ball around the back. Van Dijk with some work to do. He doesn't do it very well. Put Frimpong in a very tricky situation. Paris Saint-Germain win the ball up. High up the pitch. And Paris Saint-Germain back into attacking mode. Liverpool very much backs against the wall here. And in the 5-3-2 just now. Van Dijk encouraging his back line to join him a bit further up. But they do have very pacey players. Do the Parisians. Kvaratskhelia to Vitinha. Zaire Emery. Paris Saint-Germain just passing this ball around very competently so far. 163 passes so far compared to Liverpool's 44. It's 4 times as many. Really. Breaking play at the moment. It looks like player is down injured. It's Mendes, the left back for Paris Saint-Germain. It's been muscular or something, or off the ball. No one near him at the time. I'm not sure what's going to happen here. It looks like Paris Saint-Germain might be forced into a change. Yeah, he's walking straight off the pitch here. Luca Hernandez might be being brought on. Very competent. I think he's World Cup winning even with France, wasn't he? Wasn't he part of the World Cup winning squad? Been around for a few years. That's Gravenberch with a deflection, dangling his foot out to try and block that ball. Gravenberch off Doué, and then just straight over Mamadashvili's head. Very unfortunate. We've got a bit better since that though. Still not enough to really challenge the goal. Safanov's just had a punch or two to do. No real shots on target from Liverpool yet. Not even from distance. They're in a position to do so, even, to be fair. Their expected goals right now is 0.00. Like, not a single sniff at goal. That's not good. 24% of possession for Liverpool. 0 shots, 0 big chances, 0 shots on target, 1 corner kick. Konate. Way back it goes to Mamardashvili. Mendes seems to be back on the pitch. How much longer that's for, I don't know. See if Liverpool can take advantage of that. Oh, it's threaded through to Gravenberch. Gravenberch. Oh, he's jolted. He tried to pass that through to Wirtz from distance. It was a sliding tackle from Gomes. Gomes, he got the ball. Referee's giving him a yellow card. I think it's 2 feet off the floor. Marquinhos is squaring up to Gomes, but the referee's not settling for it. Says that was a heavy challenge, but I think it was committed more than anything. But he got the ball. He came through the back of him. He got the ball. It's super harsh. Doué showed too much with the ball. Gomes saw an opportunity, came sliding through, got the ball. And the referee's given a yellow card for this. And a free kick, of course. Gravenberch trying too much on that attack. Just shoot from distance, my man. You don't need to pass your way into the goal. Look at Doué's goal. He shot from distance and huge deflection. Doué having a chat with Gomes, just saying, what you playing at, lad? But Gomes was completely in the right for that one. Luca Hernandez on the side warming up, ready just in case Mendes does need to go off. Free kick, still not been taken by Paris Saint-Germain. Szoboszlai wins the ball, high up the pitch. Konate. Gomes, long ball through the middle. He's seen Szoboszlai in space. Szoboszlai. Unfortunate. He tried to head it back the way it came. Was unable to pick out Wirtz, but Liverpool do retain the ball. McAllister going all the way back to Mamardashvili. There we go. Awful attempt to try and get that ball up to Frimpong. Now for a throw-in. Paris Saint-Germain all the way back it goes. Vitinha rolls that ball away. He's playing with Szoboszlai there, but Szoboszlai uses his strength against Vitinha. That's one thing he does have against him. Quite a skillful little character himself. Uses much bigger frame there to bully Vitinha off the ball on that far side. Finds Frimpong on the right hand side. Frimpong against 2. Mendes, the injured party, pulls it back. No on the edge of the box, and Szoboszlai sold a dummy there by Zaire Emery. Came sliding in to try and block the attempted clearance from Zaire Emery. Zaire Emery saw it coming and just quite simply let Szoboszlai slide past him. And now McAllister's earned himself a yellow card on that far side. I think it's Doué who is bursting past him on the right hand side as Paris Saint-Germain were breaking at pace, and McAllister nails him. No other way to say it, just nails him. Completely off the pitch, takes him out. High foot. No, it wasn't high foot actually, fair enough. Just nailed him. Don't think he even touched the player much either, to be honest. Doué should be okay. Not much contact there at all. Probably the fall that hurt more than anything. Doué seems to still be on the deck, getting some treatment. There's a couple of players in the book so far. Gomes, rather harsh yellow card earlier, probably a mistake by the referee in reflection. And obviously with McAllister just getting a yellow card then. Be a bit more careful. Don't want to end this with 10 men, or 9 men, or less. Paris Saint-Germain take the free kick. Hakimi to Vitinha. Vitinha fires it through to Doué. He's alright now, isn't he? He's got the ball at his feet. He's trying to take on Ekitike. Wirtz. Ooh, Wirtz gave that ball away. In a very dangerous position. Shot on goal. Goalkeeper up against his countryman is Kvaratskhelia. He took the strike, and Mamardashvili parried it away into some space. But that was playing with fire there, Mr. Wirtz. McAllister, Wirtz and Ekitike getting a bit tangled up on the far edge of the penalty area. Still 1-0, 30 minutes have gone. It's actually 2 minutes even, to be fair. One goal from Doué, Desiré Doué, within the 11th minute. And it has been very much Paris Saint-Germain's show here. Liverpool have created nothing. They've chased shadows for 90% of this 30 minutes. And really struggled. Szoboszlai chasing down Pacho. Back to Safonov, they go. Marquinhos. Liverpool pushing numbers high up the pitch. Konate is way up the pitch now, so I don't know what he's doing up there. It's probably because there are 4 players back defending against 2 men. Konate back into position now, though. Kvaratskhelia breaks forward at pace, relatively unchallenged. Finds Doué to Mendes in Liverpool's half, passing around very comfortably. João Neves. João, over it goes. Hakimi. Very pedestrian by Paris Saint-Germain. No real threat here. Liverpool players are so far away from just high energy levels from Paris Saint-Germain. Just keep finding pockets of space and passing it between Liverpool very easily. Kerekes needs to get in behind his man here. Had his heels clipped. The referee might give that. Hakimi clipped Kerekes' heels. He did put it out for a corner kick, but then rode the challenge, convinced the referee that was a foul, and the Hungarian has put himself out of jail there. It's a huge deflection off the derriere of McAllister from that chance earlier. Didn't realise there's huge deflection. Great save by the goalkeeper there, then Mamardashvili, because Kvaratskhelia was a decent strike off the back side of McAllister, and that was going into the far corner, to be fair. Plenty of pace on the ball. It's hard and low. And 2 goals from 2 deflections, if that got in. Very frustrating. Had enough of 1. Paris Saint-Germain with the ball in their own half, all the way back to the goalkeeper Safonov. Clears his lines nicely. It's Kvaratskhelia. He holds up Konate very nicely. Strong. Frimpong comes in to help. Gives away the free kick. Kvaratskhelia reading that situation very well. Leaning into Konate. How much Konate can do is just swinging his legs aimlessly underneath Kvaratskhelia. Trying to get a touch on the ball, but no such luck. Frimpong comes in and concedes the free kick. Mamardashvili doing well to redeem himself, although he wasn't really at fault for the first goal to be either, but the goal, not the first goal, the goal. Very well there to react to the strike from his countryman, Kvaratskhelia. I'm saying the names a lot if you hadn't noticed. Practice. McAllister. Dragged to the ground there by Vitinha. Free kick. Did well to get his body between. That's Hakimi. But then lost his footing and hit the deck. Did McAllister. Referee taking pity. Van Dijk going up for this one. Dominic Szoboszlai with standing over the ball. Liverpool have a lot of players forward for just Frimpong and Szoboszlai. Remain back. Konate, Gomez, Van Dijk, all the big boys have gone forward. It's a very deep cross all the way to Van Dijk, but too easy for Safonov. Didn't even break a sweat there. Paris Saint-Germain. Ball at feet. Kvaratskhelia. Arms wide open, calling for the ball on this left-hand side. No one's seen him yet, but at least no one's tried to get the ball over to him at least. Marquinhos under a bit of pressure there from Szoboszlai. Carrying that ball forward, twisting and turning. The ball is lumped over the top. It's going to pick out Mendes. He's not so injured anymore as he's driving into the penalty area. Doué with a strike. It's blocked by Mamardashvili. That was a great save. Don't think he was offside either. The referee, the linesman's flag has stayed down. Liverpool was switched off once again. Paris Saint-Germain in behind. Once again, the Paris Saint-Germain just playing with the ball in the Liverpool penalty area. Wirtz gets back, clears the ball, doesn't clear the ball. Blocked off by Marquinhos. Paris Saint-Germain pick up the loose ball once again. Liverpool need to concentrate. They were way too easy to get in behind them now. Doué toying the Liverpool hit. Doué strike in the end that Mamadashvili managed to keep out of goal, but it's Mendes who did all the hard work, bursting down this left-hand side and feeding it into Doué, who is standing flat bang in the middle of the goal, and just Mamadashvili to beat Kerkez. He's got two Paris. Jesus, boys. Paris Saint-Germain players just coming right up against Kerkez. Kerkez very slow to get to the ball, just expecting the ball to roll out or something. I don't know what he's expecting. Tries to clear it. Finds Hakimi. Feeds it to Kakashvili, who just drills it into the side netting. This is just asking if Liverpool to get smashed here. No, wouldn't be surprised if Liverpool lose this 4-5, not at the current rate. They just do not look switched on at all. No structure, no rhythm, no flow. Not a sniff at goal. Whereas Paris Saint-Germain can smell blood. They sense that Liverpool is wounded. Mamadashvili refusing to take goal kicks at the moment. Van Dijk taking the goal kick, launches up the pitch, picks out Gomez. Gomez controls it very nicely and brings into Frimpong. Frimpong on the right hand side. Gravenberch. Goes all the way back to Van Dijk. Van Dijk into Ekitike. All the way back to Joe Gomez. Joe Gomez has dinked it over, looking for down this left-hand channel for Ekitike. Ekitike gets on the ball in line with the 18-yard box. He's on his own though. Marquinhos ushering him away. Ekitike being pushed further back. All the way goes back to Joe Gomez. Gravenberch into the feet of McAllister. McAllister over to Frimpong on the right-hand side. Liverpool starting to get some rhythm in their play now. Konate into Wirtz. Wirtz dinks it over to Frimpong. Frimpong. Oh, what a strike. It's lashed past the face of the goal. Goalkeeper well and truly beaten there, Safanov, but Wirtz just dinked that one. Takes Mendes completely out of play. Frimpong lets it bounce across his body and strikes it. Did Mendes take a touch there? That could have been a defensive block. That was a beautiful piece of play. Now, Frimpong on full strike, completely got hold of that ball. Safanov well and truly beaten. Flips a hand towards it, but I don't know whether he'd have got enough on it. And flashes past that far post. Goal kick to Paris Saint-Germain. Liverpool showing that they can, if they get their act together, cause problems for Paris Saint-Germain. Mendes. Pacho Mendes just taken out of the game entirely there by that flick. Wirtz. Mendes on the far side. Who's pressured Konate high up the pitch. Wirtz tries to drill it across. Gets a second chance. Doesn't get past the man again. You can see the throw in. Liverpool need to do some crossing practice. This is my takeaway from today so far, because doesn't beat the first man first time, doesn't beat the first man second time. Pacho blocking everything at point blank range. And then wins the throw-in. Very reminiscent to Frimpong's crosses. Paris Saint-Germain with the throw-in. 40 minutes on the clock. 5 minutes left of this first half. Might be a couple of minutes of added time. Konate, a solid game so far. He's finding himself venturing further up the pitch a bit more when he's found himself to be the extra defender, which is good to see between him, Van Dijk, and Joe Gomez. He's the more roaming kind of guy. Ball-playing defender. Safanov with a very tricky one here for Neves, but deals with it very confidently. Chests it down into space, uses his shoulder even to direct the ball into the feet. Van Dijk's been beaten here by the flow of the ball. It's onto the far side. I think that's Dembele. Dembele takes the shots. Paris Saint-Germain get into the Liverpool penalty area way too easy from in their own corner. 2 passes all the way through. Kvaratskhelia into some space in behind, plays the ball through behind Van Dijk, over it comes from Doué to Dembele, and Dembele straight into the hands of Mr. Mamadashvili. Safe hands once again. Very easy for him this time again. Doué and Dembele, a couple of chances in the last few minutes. The ball played into the middle. Van Dijk gets the header away. Liverpool try and clear their lines. McAllister into Ekitike. Szoboszlai out towards Frimpong. Frimpong with plenty of space to run into here. Being closed down now by Pacho. Stops dead in his tracks. Szoboszlai backs him up. Gravenberch. Oh, it's a great ball through from Szoboszlai towards Gravenberch. Pacho cleans up the loose ball though, the Ecuadorian. And then Gravenberch closes him down. Throw into Paris Saint-Germain. Just in line with their own 18-yard box. Liverpool slowly building into this. Defensive frailties for sure, but must be able to attack to the same capacity as Paris Saint-Germain if they're going to get anything here. Push them back, because Paris Saint-Germain are very, very quick to turn defence into attack. With that last effort, it was 3 passes just from their own penalty area all the way up the pitch at pace. Doué. He's got Ekitike back here. He's almost rolling the ball, very quick feet, toying with Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai charging down to try and force them into a mistake, but Paris Saint-Germain just passed the ball around him. Paris Saint-Germain on the right-hand side now with Hakimi. Hakimi into Zaire Emery. Dembele dropping deep once again. He does that quite often, drops deep. Pick up the ball, plays a 1-2 with his forwards, and then joins them with momentum. Vitinha. João Neves. The Portuguese lads having a bit of fun out there. Neves, Vitinha, Neves. Back to another Portuguese actually, to Mendes. The 3 Portuguese on the pitch having a whale of a time. Wailing on Liverpool. Vitinha once again. Probably about 50 passes between the 3 of them so far in this spell of play. I might be exaggerating, but with each pass they get much closer towards it, to be fair. Dembele pass it into space. It's picked up the loose ball. Liverpool defensive frailties once again shining through. Dembele's got 2 players there. They don't pick up João Neves. João Neves shoots. Closed down by Frimpong, but Liverpool being picked to pieces here. They've got 2-3 players just watching Dembele step over the ball. No one picking up João Neves at the back post. Frimpong too slow to close down. Szoboszlai too slow to get back. And Paris Saint-Germain pulling the chance there, because that could have been dangerous. Liverpool once again. And Paris Saint-Germain getting forward at pace, relatively unpressured, able to pick their pass and get the shot away. Something Liverpool have not been able to have the luxury of doing so. Just 1 minute of added time. 15 minutes on the clock. 15 seconds on the clock, sorry. Van Dijk tries to find, I think that's Wirtz. Wirtz heads it down into Ekitike. McAllister. Back to Gomez it goes. Gomez threads this across the pitch. He's going to try and pick out Frimpong. Oof, very, very nearly got Frimpong. That ball was travelling at 100 or 200 miles per hour. I'm exaggerating. It was a very, very fast pinged ball across the pitch by Gomez, asking a lot of Frimpong. Picked out nicely by Gomez. That was a long ball forward over the top, looking for Doué. Ekitike tries to flick that ball around Marquinhos. Marquinhos is no silly boy, manages to get his body in the way. Van Dijk tries to find Frimpong, completely mispasses it, but the referee saves his ass and blows for half time. It is 1-0 here at the Parc des Princes. There's a deflected strike from Doué off the heel of Gravenberch, who was trailing his foot trying to block the shot, allowing the ball to perfectly fall over at pace Mamadashvili to make it 1-0 to Paris Saint-Germain in the 11th minute. It's been all one-way traffic. Paris Saint-Germain completely in control here, dictating play, all the possession. Liverpool struggling. What can they do at half-time to make any changes? because they're going to have to change something if they get a result here, because they are completely lost out there. See you back about 10. Ball come flying back towards Marquinhos. It's taken a bounce off, and Ekitike applying the pressure. Marquinhos does well in the end. It's then cleared out by Pacho for a throw-in, just in line with the 18-yard box. Joe Game Gomez territory. Liverpool need to start asking some questions here of Paris Saint-Germain. They didn't really... long ball into the middle, looking for Konate. Zakhanov is absolutely cleared everybody out the way there. Didn't take any prisoners. He got distance on the ball as well, don't get me wrong, but he totally destroyed his teammate. Long ball up top. Van Dijk gets in the way. I don't know why he didn't let Gomez. He's then shouting at Gomez, but Van Dijk did wrong there. He jumped straight in the way of Gomez. Gomez was in the position there to take that ball down. Van Dijk insists on jumping to head it, but totally wrong. Van Dijk seems very, very frustrated by things, and he's not performing to the best of his abilities either, so... Could be the last season we see of Van Dijk really performing at the top levels. Paris Saint-Germain, however, with the ball over on the far left-hand side. Kvaratskhelia. If we whip that ball on the right-hand side, it's into Wirtz. Wirtz is looking for some company. He's got Szoboszlai over to Ekitike. Ekitike on the edge of the 18-yard box, and that's up. He's leaning back as soon as he struck that ball. First decent strike. He was leaning back as he hit it, trying to arch it around Marquinhos. And then he goes flying over the crossbar. Safanov not really making any kind of attempt to try and save that because it had gone so far wide. Kerkez had overlapped Ekitike and was looking for the through ball. Ekitike more than entitled to try and take that one on. I'd expect a little bit better from the main talisman. Konate with a decent header down to Wirtz. Wirtz plays it in towards Gravenberg. Gravenberg driving through the middle. Has to go back for some support though. Wirtz with a nice, very calmly done pirouette on the ball. Was that Zidane even? I don't know, that was a very nicely executed piece of skill to get around his Paris Saint-Germain marker. Didn't really lead anywhere though because he's back with the ball at the feet of Van Dijk. Mamadashvili under a bit of pressure from Doué, goes long all the way up to Szoboszlai, chested down. Hakimi gets back though, loops that ball into the middle. Wirtz doesn't have long enough legs unfortunately, and then Pacho gets the ball over to Mendes, who stayed on. It looked like he's going to go off injured. He hit the deck in the first half and he's off the ball. He's lying down for a little bit, but looked like he's going to be withdrawn, but he's still on the pitch. I'm sure there were consultations and half-time in the changing room. But here he is, still out there. Marquinhos over towards Dembele. Dembele touching the far side. Gomez is on a yellow card already. Really stretched to try and reach that ball for Zaire Emery. Saint-Germain playing with a freedom and fluidity that they've become known to have. Just flicking the ball between themselves quite comfortably. From left to right. A couple of little eccentric flicks in there as well from Dembele, for example. And then no real pressure. The ball is threaded through. Mamadashvili was looking to come for it. He's decided not to. I don't know why. He allowed Zaire Emery to get out there to the byline. Hakimi. Dembele, distance from the 18-yard box. McAllister does well to pick it out of his pocket though. Szoboszlai going, trying to feed it through the middle of the pitch when there are three blue shirts around them is nonsense. Coutinho picks up the loose ball. Paris Saint-Germain back on the front foot once again. Dembele, Coutinho. Liverpool just such bad decision making. As soon as they do get the ball, they give the ball away too easily. 3 Liverpool players over there to try and get the ball off Doué. They do in the end. Ekitike can't pass it to Wirtz. Wirtz tries to... That was an awful pass to Gravenberch. Gravenberch did well to get ahead on it, trying to find Ekitike, but Liverpool cannot stitch 3 passes together here. This is woeful. Paris Saint-Germain just picking them apart. Playing very comfortably, under no real pressure, and then just slowly bringing the ball forward with relative ease. They get into the Liverpool half once again. Towards the 18-yard line, Hakimi driving towards the back of Kerkez. He gets the better of him to the byline, tries to pull it in between. Joe Gomez with a last-ditch tackle out for a corner kick. Hakimi got around Kerkez. Kerkez on the deck, calling for something, saying he was pulled back, but the referee and linesman both judging it to be a fair slip from Kerkez. A bit timid from Kerkez, a bit naive. Hakimi playing the whistle there. Dembele comes short. Over it comes Vitinha with a desperate strike towards the goal, leaning back, and that one goes high over the crossbar. Plenty of power on that one, not much real direction. Hakimi, Vitinha. Doesn't matter, miles over. Mamardashvili allowing Konate to take the goal kicks once again. Mamardashvili hits this one. McAllister heads very, very calmly, just heads it straight into the feet of Kadashvili. It's pulled back to Dembele. Dembele over the crossbar from the penalty spot. He had all the time in the world, no players around him. And Kvaratskhelia picks up that ball, drives towards the byline, picks up Mendes. Mendes slots it back to Dembele, and Dembele, all he had to do was get that on target. But he goes purely for power, all the goal to aim for, and over the crossbar it goes. Paris Saint-Germain could be 4-5 goals up here if they'd just taken their time. And Liverpool are falling to pieces. Frimpong. Joe Gomez, Kerkez. Van Dijk being pushed back. Liverpool once again under pressure. Mamardashvili forced to kick it up. Szoboszlai with a header back. No real direction on it, just a bit hopeful that it finds a teammate. Ekitike might be offside here. Sadikov, he might be offside here. Under pressure, the goalkeeper headed it straight off Szoboszlai. Ball bounced back because there's just one defender back because the goalkeeper was miles off his line. There's just one player between the goal and the attacker. It's offside. It's always a bit confusing when the goalkeeper's ahead of the ball. You need to have 2 defenders between you and the goal in that case, then, not just the goalkeeper and a defender. Paris Saint-Germain coming forward once again, bursting their way through the middle with purpose as well. Hakimi, Szoboszlai. Hakimi wins that ball back fairly. Liverpool just do not have the desire, the appetite. Don't know what they're missing, but there's no determination amongst them. Paris Saint-Germain really want this. They are playing with a fire in their belly. And for a goal kick for Liverpool once again, just attack breaks down, but Paris Saint-Germain attacking at will. Kvaratskhelia very, very much in the thick of it. Paris Saint-Germain leading this game 1-0. It could have easily been 3, 4, 5 goals. They've squandered a fair few very, very good chances, just not taking the time, just rushing things. But still with the 1-goal advantage so far. Liverpool not really causing many problems for them either. Kerkez, decent ball through to Ekitike. Ekitike has Pacho on his back. Pacho is assaulting him basically. He's got his hands around, all the way around. Wirtz is picked out though by Ekitike. Decent little heel. Over to Frimpong on the far side by McAllister. McAllister tries to cross it into the middle. Sadikov has punched, Safonov, sorry, has punched that one. I don't know why he didn't catch it. Szoboszlai tries to drill it into the middle. Safanov, safe hands this time though. Even when Liverpool were attacking there, it's very patchy, like loose balls bouncing off each other, stray passes from Paris Saint-Germain. It's very, very mixed match. Paris Saint-Germain just passing the ball, moving. Liverpool left flat-footed. Paris Saint-Germain just make their way through Liverpool's lines way too easily. Mamardashvili off his line there quick. He's not very good at kicking, is he? He had all the time in the world there, and he's kicked it straight out of play on the halfway line. Don't know why. Yes, there's a Paris Saint-Germain player closing him down, quite far away, but he's kicked it out of play. I don't think he meant to. Just can't kick the ball. Mamardashvili needs to learn how to keep the ball in play. Pick out a man. Distribution in the modern game, the goalkeeper needs to be able to kick it. Joe Gomez with a decent defensive header there, out for a throw-in. Really had to lean into that one. Arching his back to read the flight of the ball. Paris Saint-Germain. Ball with the feet all the way back now. Pacho, relatively calm back there. You've got Dembele. Joe Gomez picks his pocket, driving forward. Joe Gomez into the Paris Saint-Germain half. Hakimi's on his shoulder. Ekitike. Powering up nicely. Didn't think I'd be saying that too often today. Gravenberg is pushed back. Now Kerke's on this left-hand side. Joe Gomez back into contention. McAllister. Paris Saint-Germain have everyone behind the ball now though. Van Dijk threads it through to McAllister into Szoboszlai. McAllister driving down towards goal. McAllister's hit the deck though. He's claiming there's a foul on him. I can't believe. He says he's got kicked in the shin. The referee's just waved it away. There's a trailing leg or something. I think that's from Pacho. Oh, he stood on the outside of his foot. Referee's having none of it today. He does not favour McAllister in any way. There's a couple of times now that McAllister's been on the receiving end of a poor decision from the referee. McAllister, over it comes to Frimpong. Frimpong first time, in towards Wirtz. McAllister struck it, it's been deflected. I think it's Wirtz who was asking for a penalty, but that was hit with such pace and the defender was turned away. It's never going to be rewarded as a penalty. Dembele, however, attacking. Konate wins the ball back fairly. Referee showing consistency. Konate bursting his way through the middle. He's all the way through to Ekitike. Ekitike on the edge of the 18-yard box. That's an awful touch. Marquinhos does very well to get that ball out of the danger, but Ekitike really should have been doing better there. He's one-on-one. Konate bursting his way through the middle. Won the ball from Dembele. Head up and just driving forward. McAllister. Nobody should be calling for a penalty for that. The defender had his arm behind his back. It hit his elbow, his arm behind his back, and his back was right behind his arm. So that's desperation. Marquinhos, ball back in play. Pacho. Over comes to Mendes. Wirtz for company. Vitinha dropping deep to pick up the ball. Try and get a bit more rhythm into their play because Liverpool are looking like they may have an attack or two up their sleeve. Doué all the way back on the centre circle, drawing the attention of Van Dijk, who pushes him back. Liverpool have managed to get 150 passes under their belt now, which is good. We had a bit of passage to spell, but Paris Saint-Germain with 415 to the name. João Neves. McAllister for company. Paris Saint-Germain can push all the way back. Marquinhos. Vitinha. Liverpool desperately chasing shadows here, completely feet very flat, very stuck in the mud. Do not look very dynamic at all. We're going to be seeing Mo Salah very soon, I expect. Not much that he can really do in a defensive sense or structure, since he's a attacking winger. But it's something to aim for if you do get the ball, to just look up and smash it to Mo. It's worked time and timing, year after year for the last decade for Liverpool, nearly decade, 9 years. Liverpool are looking very out of kick. It's rather pathetic from Liverpool's showing so far. Doué with the corner kick. It's whipped in. Headed clear. Hakimi picks up the loose ball. Vitinha. Mendes has threatened to re-deliver that ball into the area, drawing the attention of Frimpong. Vitinha pulling the strings once again, trying to draw Liverpool players out a little bit. Szoboszlai taking the bait. All the way back to Pacho it goes. Return to his centre-back position after being up for the corner kick. Pacho over to Marquinhos. Marquinhos still inside his own half. Just toying with Liverpool at the moment. Vitinha. Kvaratskhelia. Haven't said his name in a while. He's been a bit quiet. Maybe recharging his batteries. Ready for another bursting run down this right-hand side now. Doué and Kvaratskhelia swapping sides. Paris Saint-Germain really racking up their passing statistics. They've been passing this ball around for a good 3 minutes flat now. So throw into Paris Saint-Germain. Halfway inside their own half, so no real threat. But no matter where Paris Saint-Germain have the ball on the pitch, they are a threat to Liverpool today because they are up for it. Tails are up. They're breaking down the left-hand side now with João Neves, the young man. Kvaratskhelia. Back it goes again to Marquinhos. Hakimi on this far right-hand side. Kerkez for company. Marquinhos. 64 minutes on the clock. Liverpool still not really showing much. Paris Saint-Germain completely in control, asking all the questions, all the possession, all the shots on goal. And Hakimi now, a couple of very lazy step overs. Doué over to Hakimi. Hakimi's being pressured. Doué falls backwards. Paris Saint-Germain. Marquinhos racking up the passes like crazy at the moment. Liverpool not getting a sniff, just totally far away from the ball. Kvaratskhelia. Kvaratskhelia with a 1-2, looks like a 2. Oh, he's burst his way through the Liverpool defence. He's jolted around the goalkeeper and he's just knocked it into the empty net. Ball broke kindly to him. That was like 1,000 passes were involved in that build-up, and then Kvaratskhelia just breaks the lines. Ball threaded through, I think it was from Mendes, and Mendes controls that ball, takes the defence out of play with one roll of his foot. The goalkeeper completely flat-footed as well. Mamachishvili completely taken out of the play and passing to an almost empty net. Defenders frantically trying to get back there to season, based on the number of passes that were involved. I think everybody had a touch of the ball. Maybe not the goalkeeper, but every single player had a touch of the ball in the build-up to this. Kvaratskhelia then breaks down, takes on, I think it's Gravenberch, who is desperately trying to get back. Could have taken the ball, sliding through or something. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. completely sidesteps him though. Kvaratskhelia just standing waiting for the ball to roll into his palms. And Kvaratskhelia just, not really wanting that to happen, just sidesteps him and kicks it into the net. That was crazy. Great goal, well worked by Paris Saint-Germain, but Liverpool have been asking for it. They're just so lazy. No offence, but Paris Saint-Germain are everywhere in this. They are playing off the back player, they're moving the ball so quickly, they're providing options for each other, they're defending, they're attacking together, they're defending together. Liverpool just look disjointed. Ekitike flicks that ball onto Wirtz. Wirtz, ball in possession. He's jolted past his first man too far. He's just lost the ball now to João Neves. João Neves to Zaire Emery. Now Paris Saint-Germain reset. Konate is way up there. Now on the wrong side. This ball has been dinked over the top. Mamardashvili will pick this one up. Mamardashvili with the ball at his feet. Finds Van Dijk. Van Dijk through to Gravenberg. Gravenberg through to Ekitike. Ekitike with an attempted pass to Wirtz. He's leaning back and even a 5-yard pass doesn't find its mark. This is not clicking through consistently so far this season as a whole. Questions being asked of Alan Slots, of course. Premier League winning last year. This year, not quite the complete opposite, but certainly not having the same success as last year. Kerkez. Szoboszlai down this left-hand side. Kerkez picks up the loose ball. Feeds it across the face of the goal. Picked up by Mendes on the far side. Ekitike nowhere near that one. Konate adjudged to have fouled. Kvaratskhelia pulled him back. Although Kvaratskhelia is leaning into it, he always does that. When they would stand up on his own 2 feet, he's always leaning backwards into the defenders, a bit of a trick. Paris Saint-Germain, ball at their feet. There's just over 20 minutes left in this, in regular time. The first leg of the Champions League quarter-finals. Very one-way traffic. It's Paris Saint-Germain show. Very exhibition style for them. Liverpool not really posing many or any questions for them. Pacho. Back it goes to Marquinhos. Virginia. Dropping very deep to pick up this ball. Szoboszlai having none of it, just charging down with a bit of pace now, applying some pressure instead of just watching. Good. Pressures Safanov into making a mistake, but Liverpool unable to pounce on it. Paris Saint-Germain do recover though. Safanov nearly gifting Liverpool the ball right in the middle of the penalty area. However, within 5 seconds, Paris Saint-Germain are now in Liverpool's penalty area. With straight in the middle, penalty, Zaire Emery in the penalty area. Penalty. It looked like it was a good tackle, but the referee's given a penalty. Maybe he's going to go review this one. He's been given the yellow card. I think Konate's been given the yellow card. Van Dijk is asking him to check. But Zaire Emery looked like he'd been tackled very, very completely by Konate. Looks like it was a good tackle at first, but let's see. Zaire Emery, complete space and time there. Looks like it's going to be Mate comes around Zaire Emery and just dinks it out the way. It's a great tackle, but does the referee think that Konate made enough contact before he hooked his leg around to give the penalty. I don't think so. I'm a bit biased, if you hadn't noticed. I don't think it's going to be a penalty. Yeah, look, he's not giving it. No penalty. Konate, yellow card rescinded as well. Bit of a lifeline here for Liverpool, because Liverpool had been picked apart once again, and it was way too easy for Paris Saint-Germain. They found themselves on the penalty spot, Zaire Emery, between Van Dijk, between Gravenberch, before Konate got back for a last-ditch tackle. But you can't do that every time. Zaire Emery took a touch. He didn't need to take a touch. He probably could have hit that first time, to be fair. Kerke is burning down this left-hand side. He's got Malikinos. He plays it back to Wirtz. Wirtz takes a strike. Oh, it's been stopped by João Neves. That was on target. The goalkeeper was beaten that. That would have been a goal. Kvaratskhelia fouled by Frimpong. He blows up. Arms around his waist. Kvaratskhelia, that wasn't a foul either. He's hardly touched him, to be honest. Didn't pull him back or anything, just had his hand on him. Kvaratskhelia sensing an opportunity to break up the play. Kerkez has gone down with a bit of cramp there, I think. Getting treated by Doué. Seems to be okay now. The referee's come over to help him out too. Doué helps him up on his feet too. That bursting run down the left-hand side by Kerkez. He's induced the cramp. Now Doué and Kerkez come up against each other. Doué knows he's got cramp, so he can run it in with pace. Battle going on still. Doué adjudged to a foul. Kerkez, he wins the free kick. Plays it quickly to Gomez. Gomez drills this ball forward into Wirtz's feet. Wirtz into Ekitike. Ekitike trying the back heel again. There's a time and a place for that, my man. Guess what? He goes out for a throw into Paris Saint-Germain. We see the first change of the game, and it's from Paris Saint-Germain. Kang In, South Korean. Very good play. He does get goals. He doesn't play much, and he gets goals. Dangerous. I think he was at Mallorca previously, no? I'm going to go check myself once again. My limited football knowledge being tested readily. Yeah, Mallorca. There you go, 22 million. Scored just 2 goals so far this season in 22 appearances, but I'm guessing most of those are substitute appearances. But unfair to judge him on it. Paris Saint-Germain with the ball in the middle. Zaire Emery driving forward once again. Got Vitinha for company. It's 2-0 to Atletico Madrid in the other game against Barcelona at the Camp Nou. No chill from Atletico Madrid. Diego Simeone. Is it going to be his last season? Dembele. If it comes to... It's Pacho. No, it's Mendes. Apologies. Mendes to Vitinha. Vitinha finds Zaire Emery, who is in behind Liverpool midfielders. Vitinha. Paris Saint-Germain playing this ball carefully on that far left-hand side. Threaded ball through though. Liverpool pick that ball up. Wirtz is bursting through the middle here. He's got company. He's been pulled back by Kvaratskhelia. Ekitike takes a touch. He's tripped over himself again. My goodness. Up against Pacho. No, Mendes. Mendes just bides his time. Doesn't make the tackle. Just lets Ekitike trip himself up. And Ekitike obliges. Tries a step over or two. Tries to bring Mendes to make a challenge. Not biting. And a free kick. Not free kick. Loses the ball. Decent play by Wirtz, starting to show glimpse of as what he can do. He's a ball-carrying midfielder at pace. Just needs a little touch and a jinx, and he's away. Dembele feeds it into the middle. Wow, there were 4 defenders there. I think Zaire Emery managed to find the only pocket of space in the entire penalty area. Unfortunately, the ball didn't break to him, because he would have been left there with a tap-in. 4 defenders just standing around watching, not following the man. Dembele drives towards the penalty area of Liverpool. McAllister blocks that one off. Szoboszlai with a huge crossfield pass. Looks like he's going to find Frimpong. Nope, Mendes cuts in the way. Lets that ball roll out for a throw-in. Frimpong not quite on the same wavelength of Szoboszlai. Still to see Salah. Is Doué who's going off for Kang Lee. Kang In Lee. It's like substitutions for Liverpool being lined up to 4 of them. Ringing the changes. I don't think Salah is one of them. Cody Gakpo, Isak, Robertson. Looks like Curtis Jones. Need to make changes. Robertson on for Kerkez. He's just had cramps. That makes sense. Robertson's also a very good player. Let's face it. Isak coming on. Curtis Jones as well, yeah. Wirtz off. Ekitike off. Bit harsh on Wirtz. Wirtz has been decent today. And then Szoboszlai off for Curtis Jones. Maybe half an eye on the next game, because Wirtz, Ekitike, Kerkez, Szoboszlai, decent players. But let's see what the new boys can do. Fresh legs, something to prove. Game is on the line, because Liverpool need something here. They need a goal, they need 2 goals. They definitely need 3 goals, but they definitely need something here. But they've fallen asleep. And Paris Saint-Germain have bursted through on Liverpool goal already. Kang In Lee, just come on. Fed it back to Dembele. Liverpool breathe a sigh of relief once again, because they completely fell asleep for the throw-in. And the throw-in found its way in behind the back line of defenders, with a Paris Saint-Germain attacker, Kvaratskhelia, bearing down on goal. Oh my goodness. Paris Saint-Germain back into shape for Paris Saint-Germain. Hakimi in the middle, drifting in from the right, but it looks like he might find his way back out to the right in a second. So this is Isak. It's his first 20 minutes of football in a... first 10 minutes of football really, in a long time, after going off with a severe injury. He's been out for a fair few months, and when you need a goal, he's a very good player when he's fully fit and match fit, but there might be questions raised about why Salah wasn't introduced then instead. Or Nguma. Let's see what Isak can do. Maybe Arne Slot has a plan. Paris Saint-Germain passing this ball around as per usual, very comfortably into Hakimi, back on his right hand side now, into the feet of Mendes, who's drifted in from the left hand side. These fullbacks just roam everywhere. Hakimi and Mendes are the most energetic fullbacks you'll see. Kvaratskhelia. Blocked. Gravenberch with a header, and then Paris Saint-Germain win the ball back within Liverpool's third. Once again, can't clear the lines. Liverpool being taught a lesson here today, being shown how inadequate they are so far this season, because it's very, very painful to watch. Paris Saint-Germain over comes to Hakimi. Arne Slot telling Isak to get back. He's unfit, he's probably knackered already. He's been on for 2-3 minutes. Not played in ages. He's not the man you should have brought on, Mr. Slot. Whether we'll see Salah, I'm not sure. Salah might just refuse to come on actually after that snub. Don't think he would, but Mendes just coasting forward, just breezes past Isak, just a bit too easy. Isak not showing any real interest in defensive work. Frimpong caught the wrong side as well. Mendes pulling back, gets past everybody, finds its way to the Paris Saint-Germain players waiting at right back position though. But again, in behind Liverpool, too easy once again. Hakimi with a strike. Liverpool defenders are just watching the ball. This is statuesque. This is ridiculous. It's Hakimi struck that ball nicely. The ball was out of play, I think, by Mendes, but that was ages ago. Hakimi with a great strike. Must be said, Mamardashvili has made some decent saves today. Liverpool could have been way behind if Paris Saint-Germain had taken a bit more time and a bit more composure in front of the goal, especially Dembele. But he's made a few decent saves as well, the Georgian. Kang in with a really good cross into the middle. That's plenty of power in that one. In for Kvaratskhelia. Kvaratskhelia is robbing his head. Maybe got ahead on that one because plenty of pace on the ball. He's robbing his head to go over the goal, the crossbar though. Gravenberg threads it through towards Cody Gakpo, I think that was. McAllister. Mamardashvili is kicked out of play again, hasn't he? Robertson doesn't keep it in. Mamardashvili, my goodness, he was under a bit of pressure, but he waited too long. He's kicked out of play again. Mamardashvili needs to learn how to kick the ball. Been decent at the shot-stopping side of things, for the most part. Under pressure, Marquinhos chasing back towards his own goal. Cody Gakpo going to chase a bit of pressure for the goalkeeper. Nearly intercepts that through ball to Hakimi. Paris Saint-Germain outfield players now under control. Safonov, the Russian goalkeeper, seems to be the liability. Liverpool not applying enough pressure on him. Cody Gakpo trying to find its way through. Ooh, McAllister won that ball and late kick on him, on his toes once again. Referee deciding it's fine. Yeah, it's 50-50 actually. I think he stood on Marquinhos' toes. Last 5 minutes of this in normal time. Should only be 2 or 3 minutes of added time. And a few substitutions, but happened all at the same time. Dembele dropping all the way back into Liverpool's half. He's picked out Kvaratskhelia. Kvaratskhelia driving at Frimpong, taking a touch or two. Van Dijk picks up the ball, plays it into space. Gravenberg flat-footed, then realising, oh wait, that was for me, and then picks it up. Not on the same wavelength today. Gravenberg taken up by Kvaratskhelia. Free kick on that far byline. But 3 Liverpool players there, 3 of the Dutch boys just unable to deal with Kvaratskhelia. Now they've all left the ball from the resulting foul for the player who seems to be unable to kick it. Mamardashvili. Let's see if this stays in play. Let me adjust. Decent turn by Isak, lets the ball roll. Out for a throw on that far side. Isak with the ball in his hands. I think we're waiting for Joe Gomez to come over to take this one. Joe Gomez taking his time. 2 goals down, mate. Don't you worry. 2 goals down, 5 minutes on the clock, but you walk over. It's okay. We'll wait. It's going to get launched into the penalty area. Hopefully. Really good throw into the area. Nuno Mendes first to reach it. Oh, it's gone over Frimpong. Frimpong has missed the header. Dembele bearing down on the back man. It looks like Robertson. It's 2 against 2. Kang in. Bearing down the 18-yard box. Plenty of red shirts back now. Oh, Dembele has struck the post. He hit that ball so hard. Mamadashvili looks like he was completely beaten. That smacked off the side of the post and out for a throw-in. Whoa. Dembele threads it to Kangin. No one picks up his run. Overlaps the ball. No one picks him up at all. Completely free, and then absolutely belted it off the side of the post. Paris Saint-Germain's movement off the ball, with the ball, absolutely spectacular. Liverpool, not. Paris Saint-Germain making a substitution here. It looks like Hernandez who's coming on for Dembele. A bit defensive, perhaps they can push Mendes up. Have Hernandez at fullback. Luca Hernandez. Dembele. Off he goes. Decent game for Dembele. Didn't get the goal. Came close a couple of times. Was very involved with most of what Paris Saint-Germain did that was good. Mamadashvili with the goal kick before we went out for a throw-in. Mamadashvili, not attacking Liverpool. This is a joke. 3 Liverpool players standing watching Kang in. Probably the smallest man on the pitch. Looks quite small from up here. Just watching, waiting for him to head the ball. No pressure whatsoever. Oh. Also worth noting, before this second leg appears, that Paris Saint-Germain have successfully, probably needlessly based on this performance, got the league game. Oh, bearing down on goal. Hakimi bearing down on goal. Van Dijk trying to get back. It's cut across towards... Oh, Mendes is getting back, just shouting at each other to try and get back and defend here. Liverpool have been let off the hook once again. Mendes with a heavy touch. Should have shot. Didn't need to take a touch. He's trying to dribble it across the face of the Liverpool goal. Van Dijk stuck a leg out. Looked like he was going to take the man down. Ball sticks to his studs. Gets stuck under it, but then Paris Saint-Germain still have the ball. They're still asking questions at the edge of the 18-yard box. And Liverpool are static. They look clueless here today. Played off the park. Paris Saint-Germain, if they'd been more decisive, more cutthroat, they could be winning 4-5-6-0 here. Kangin. Back it comes to Marquinhos. There he goes. Thread it over. Anyway, I was saying Paris Saint-Germain, they managed to petition to get the weekend game, in Ligue 1 postponed. So they don't play a game until the second leg, so they've got a whole week now to recover, prepare. Based on this, they don't need it. They can play Liverpool, a fresh Liverpool tomorrow. Liverpool, we won't be seeing Mo Salah today. 3 minutes of added time. What can Yoni do within those 3 minutes? Still getting final instructions from Anna Slot. Frimpong goes. Paris Saint-Germain with a ball at their feet. Pacho, 2.5 minutes remain. Paris Saint-Germain coasting here. Very comfortable. Almost probably feels like a exhibition match for them, really. Not really had much to deal with in a defensive nature. They've been left to pass the ball around between themselves quite leisurely for large spells of this. Mendes beats Konate for pace down that left-hand side. He's absolutely bashed him once again. Konate with a push. Referee says play on, but that was a push. Konate, desperation at the end, just pushes Mendes after Mendes had blasted past him. Robertson thinks it past his man. Vitinha out for a throw-in on the halfway line. There's a big push, just nudged him off his balance. I think it's being looked at. I'm sorry, but that should be a penalty. Liverpool got away with it there. Konate has quite blatantly, player was past him, just reached out and pushed him. Free kick though. Liverpool in their own half. They've pushed everybody forward. Robertson standing over the ball. This last 60 seconds of normal time. Lumped it up. Over it goes to Cody Gakpo. Kvaratskhelia up trying to defend against him. Curtis Jones twisting and turning, and it comes to Gravenberch. Gakpo, Curtis Jones. Lost the ball. Robertson, ball bouncing awkwardly for him. He does manage to get it back to Mamardashvili. It's a heavy touch. Does well in the end. Gravenberch. Gakpo. Looking for someone to work with. He's found Gravenberch. Gravenberch's been tripped. Referee says no foul. Referees let this game flow quite freely today. He's not been one to pick up like small little fouls, has he? Robertson with the ball. Launches it up towards Isak. Safonov comes out and claims that ball very, very calmly. Takes the pressure completely off his team. And that is the final whistle. It is 2-0 here to Paris Saint-Germain. Liverpool totally played off the park today. A lot of work to do if they are to get through to the next round of the Champions League, because Paris Saint-Germain in complete control here. But the next game is at Anfield, and Liverpool are known to turn up on big occasions in front of the home crowd. Hope you had a good evening. Speak soon. Take care. Ciao, ciao.